Hello everybody, there's my new Manito Middle Eastern steerhead that I got for my LP Whiskey Barrel Bongos, the Matador. And I already got the Remo skin deep on the Macho. I just figured with all the humidity, the monsoon season coming through New Mexico here just plays havoc with the humidity. So I decided to go ahead and put that on there. And I'll tell you what, that was a bear getting on that skin deep. I mean, basically, it's the tuck. The tuck didn't fit into the crown. I mean, it was. I mean, you had to. It wouldn't fit in there, so I had to like put it as far as I could get it, and then hang it, and then put it on top of the bongo, and then kind of really push down with a lot of force, being careful not to mess up the tuck that was coming up through the flesh hoop. But I lucked out, and I didn't damage it, and I got all four lug nuts in there. It was awesome. But anyway, that was a bear getting on there. But now this head, I expect it to go on perfectly in this video here, and I'm all happy. I'm singing a happy tune, and I'm going, oh, it's going to be a piece of cake. So anyway, this is just a video of what happened. This is a little frustration on my part. And after, at the end here, when I see that I can't get it on, I turn the video off, and then I have another added on portion that tells you what happened later that day. And then the next day. But anyway, here I am, taking the bottom off, the bottom plate, and everything's going good so far. I think I'll be doing a little dusting here. Just hit the high spots. So I figure I'm just going to slide her out of here, slide the new one in, and button her up. But it was not to be. So anyway, there's the old Matador water buffalo skin. And there's that beautiful Manito Middle Eastern steerhead. Yep, put it right in there, and something's wrong. It's not going in. I didn't know what to think at this point, because I know that I know it's the right size, and I'll check that here later by lining it up upside down. But fits in the crown real nice, nice snug fit, nothing wrong there. Then you go to put it on the bearing edge, and it just rocks back and forth. Doesn't want to seat in there. Now, had I known, had I talked to Swin beforehand from Manito, I'd have just put the crown on and put a lot of pressure on there and forced one tuning nut in and went along that way. But I kind of panicked. I didn't want to break it. He says it would take a lot to break one of these heads. That Middle Eastern steer is pretty stout stuff. But anyway, I'm looking at it, and it's rocking back and forth. So I must be phoning a friend here. I don't know what I'm doing, but probably nobody home. So I go back, and I'm really getting mad here. I give it a couple bangs. It's not working. So hey, anyway. I end the video here, and we'll go on to step 2. See you in a bit. Yeah, I guess I'm dusting it thinking maybe the dust is preventing it from going on, but we know that's not true. Well, anyway. I'm not mad at this point. I'm just a little frustrated. But anyway, it all turns out good in the end, as you'll see here in a few minutes. Adios. Well, it looks like it went well. What I didn't show in that other video was me actually giving up on mounting it dry, because I kind of panicked that it didn't go on. So I saw somebody on YouTube put water in it. So they turned this on where I put about half full of water. I was fully intended to leave it about 30 minutes. Thank God I didn't. I was over there in the chair, and I happened to look over, and 10 minutes in, this bearing edge this bearing edge had already started buckling from the water. It was getting too soft. That's after 10 minutes. So I talked to Sven over there at Manito Percussion, and he said that, yeah, it's pretty risky doing it that way because what people do is they leave the water in too long, and then the sides start collapsing where they fold it over the flesh hoop. And yeah, that could be disastrous. You may never come back from something like that. But he said, looked like you caught it in time. So, I got it on, and after it was pliable, and I got one lug nut in and the other one, and the rest went easy after that. And then I put just enough tension on the tuning lugs to just to bring it down to the bearing edge, not too tight or nothing, just kind of like a 1/3 in as far as tuning, and left it there overnight. And then the next day, about 10 in the morning, it was starting to sound better, but you could tell it was still damp, and it had that damp feel to it. So I waited till about 12, 1, then 3 in the afternoon. It was completely dry, and I went ahead and tuned it up a little bit, but not all the way, and it sounded really good. And then later on that night, about 4 hours later, about 7, 8 o'clock, man, it was really nice. It was really completely dry, so I tuned it up, and this is the sound I get out. I like it better, that Matador head that came with the LP whiskey barrel bongos. I like the sound. It's got a particular sound to those heads, but once you hear somebody say it sounds like cardboard, you can never unhear that. As good as it sounds, I mean, you have to give it a perfect hit for it not to have that cardboard sound. These, more of a natural, full-bodied sound. I really like that. Now, I might go to the horse. I was talking to Sven about it, and of course, he recommends the natural heads because that's what he sells. But I've got this skin deep on here, and I really like it. It's got a different sound to it. But with the monsoon season around here and the humidity, going up and down every 15, 30 minutes, I was getting tired of retuning both of them because they both kind of drop. So I figured, well, I'd go with the synthetic head on the Macho and the natural on here. So if it did, if I was in California and it was 90% humidity or something, I would just have to tweak one, not have to mess around with both of them. So I'm happy. In the future I might go with the horse hair and put it on, the horse skin, just to see what it's like. I'm sure it'll be fantastic. But anyway, I got the job done. I think it kind of nice, the contrast with the black skin deep and with the amber color with the Manito. I really like it. That's beautiful. It's a beautiful head, and it's got a good feel to it. And of course, it's not as smooth as this synthetic, but because it's real high, but it's a Middle Eastern steer. But I'll tell you what, that is a nice surface, even compared to that Manador, which was water buffalo. So I'm happy with this. Really happy with the sound. So anyway, that's it, guys. We'll catch you on the next one.